man, I only got 2 likes. Whoa, I got 10,000. What? The art community. Such a peaceful play. Yeah, okay, that's a lie. This community is dookie. Should it even be considered a community anymore? Because last time I checked, communities don't usually decide to dropkick a toddler into the sun just for a doodle they made. Now, I've spoken about this topic before, though, on how social media ruins artists, and that's the need for likes and validation. But some people push this onto others and actually turn social media into a battle for the likes, which obviously isn't healthy for anyone involved. Posting art shouldn't be this competition, and that's what I'm going to discuss today. Hey Yappers, it's Bree, and if you're new, I do art commentary and just art in general, so if that's what you like, you should stick around. At the time of recording this, I'm almost at 80,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. And before we begin, as usual, here are my special super thanks thank yous. Azriel G734, Hero of the Tree, Kazuna Endy, Eggrolled, Pyro TF2198, Kello Lol, Cat Lover 123, That One FNAF Kid 5733, Pretty Rose 7 Re, Carcino Geneticist 69420, The True Bill Cypher, Ray Trey, and Amber Flubsy's Official. And as usual, sorry if I said any names wrong, I'm pretty sure I did in this one. And if you are in this one, you'll be in the next one. Also, my friend requested that I showed off their lovely dog, Killer. Such a cutie! Now on to the video. So I got a comment recently that kind of inspired this video. It was actually on my last video about Tammy Draws, and absolutely no shade to this commentator, since this was just merely what inspired this whole discussion for me, so honestly I thank them. But basically, they said that it was sometimes seeming unfair that beginner artists go viral for quote-unquote rough sketches, while talented artists who spend time on the work don't get noticed. And this sparked the idea to talk about skill differences in artists and their likes, doodle contents, and some people say that their likes are undeserved, and just the whole competition of likes, and just the whole deserving likes thing as a whole. But let's start with beginner artists, since that was the subject of the comment that gave me the idea to make this video. I'm just gonna dissect the comment as I did in the reply, and since it gave me a lot of initial thoughts, I want to go over that. Now, when I first read this comment, the first thought that popped in my head was the immediate confusion at the term unfair. Beginner artists still work hard, it just doesn't look like the Mona Lisa because they're new. That's not to say that the experienced artists don't deserve likes, but why do we need to bring down other forms of artists when we should all be seen for our hard work? It's not the beginner's fault that they go viral, blame the algorithm. And I'm not saying that the original poster meant that, though a lot of people in this discussion actually do. A lot of people think that beginners don't deserve to be seen, or just people that don't meet their stylistic standards, and that they do. Beginners' works may sometimes look rough or unfinished, even like doodles or sketches, but that's because they're still learning and they could have actually spent so much time on that. Many old works of mine that look like literal doodles or quote-unquote rough sketches, I literally spent at least an hour, usually hours on. I would spend so much time trying to fit the image in my head onto the paper, drawing and scrapping it till I was pleased. My artistic eye wasn't as good before, so I really couldn't see my mistakes as much, so to me it looked really good, but to others it probably looked like a low-effort drawing, but it wasn't. Beginners that decide to post deserve just as much love as any other artist. We're all just people with a hobby, and we all deserve support for our work. An artist's work shouldn't be deemed as undeserving of support because it didn't look high quality, or that it didn't look like it took time. And I agree, it's absolutely terrible that artists who have beautiful works don't get recognized because they 100% deserve it. But why make it a competition and be rude to others who do end up going viral? Even if it didn't take long, they still deserve support like everybody else. Nobody chooses to be viral, and we shouldn't make it a competition just because they happen to be blessed by the algorithm. If you care about underrated artists, do as much as you can to boost their content. TikTok and other apps have the repost button, share the link to their work maybe on your platform or even to friends, and find other ways to share their work. You don't have to, of course, but that's only if you want underrated artists to be seen. And the same stuff I said about beginners getting views goes for doodle content as well. I constantly see people saying they despise doodlers on TikTok, Reels, and Shorts because they take away likes, and that low-effort content shouldn't be outshining the hard work of artists. And many doodle artists are actually upset that their actual work doesn't get any views. And these doodles mostly get clout for being relatable, short, and funny, so it's usually pushed out more since more people are likely to interact. And I get the frustration. Even at the time I mainly posted doodles on my TikTok, I was actually upset that my actual work got no views. So I relate, but I came to realize that we shouldn't be so focused on likes, and while I get it's easier said than done, it's true. It's valid to be upset, I get it. You worked hard, and yeah, I think you should be seen for that. But the less you worry about likes, the more freeing it is. I spoke a bit about this in my How Social Media Ruins Artists video, I believe, but we developed such a need for validation online to the point where it's unhealthy. Being unnoticed for your hard work sucks, and I get it, but you need to stop and think, is it for me, or is it for the views? Because your enjoyment should come first, especially when it comes to hobbies. And sometimes growing a platform and gaining clout takes time. For some it has taken over years, but what matters most is you loving what you like to do. Doodle content isn't bad, it isn't harmful, it's made to be entertaining. It's supposed to make you feel as if you can relate, and I think that too deserves just as much attention. It's for fun, it's a pastime for many artists. Why are we hating on a genre of artists whose whole gig is just to have silly fun? Saying, oh, well, it's low effort, so... Okay. Since when was there an effort requirement to post work, or just to post at all? Again, it's not a competition. There are no requirements that you have to work hard to post your art. And when I say these things, I'm not referring to those that are just merely upset that this content gets more likes and more views. Being upset is valid. Being jealous is valid too. You're gonna have feelings and that's not wrong. Wanting fame and wanting to be noticed is just as valid. It's not wrong or selfish to want clout. Some people just can't help but be upset when they know something they worked hard on just goes unnoticed. But it's how you go about things, and how your mentality is. Some are merely upset about it, sometimes they talk about it and share their feeling and experiences, and that's perfectly fine. Just like the commenter who inspired this video, I doubt they had malicious intent. They were just explaining how they feel and that's completely valid. You're allowed to feel that way and there's nothing wrong with that. You just need to know that your worth as an artist isn't determined by likes. I'm more annoyed with people who bash these type of artists, saying that they're undeserving of views and clout because they view the other artists as superior. It's just a silly hobby and sometimes a job, dude. Chill out. As I said before, we don't need to bring down others to uplift people. Treating them like these terrible like thieves is wrong. Hating on them for just posting their work like everybody else is wrong. And no offense, but some of these people just come off as entitled. I've genuinely seen beginner artist haters or doodle content haters who talk crap about this type of artist because the algorithm picked up their content instead of theirs. Art shouldn't be a competition unless you're in a literal art competition, but even then, good sportsmanship exists. Why are we competing over something so pointless? Is the 5 seconds of fame really worth it? Is the validation really that important? If you feel the need to go as far as to be a jerk of those you deem as unworthy of likes, maybe you should stop and reflect. You're mean, you're nasty, in a lot of cases, you're a bully. Over a couple of social media likes. Wake the hell up, guys. Treating people just having fun like evil incarnate because they happen to get more likes is wrong. It's not uncommon to want fame, to want to be seen, especially if you work hard, but you shouldn't have to treat others bad for accomplishing something you want. Support them. Use their success to say, if they can, I can too. Don't let internet clout consume you until you become a clout-chasing jerk. Your work is beautiful and likes don't define that. Stop treating artists like competition when the competition is non-existent. The price of internet fame is temporary. Why should you bring down others in the process, which some of the effects of your hatred could last longer than your 5 seconds of fame? Treat people with the kindness and respect they deserve. Most of these beginner artists and doodlers are just regular people with a hobby and a phone just like you. I've heard this before and it's really good advice, so I'll put this out there. Stop comparing yourself to others around you. Instead, look at your past self and see your path of improvement. Use that as motivation to grow and continue moving forward. Your art journey is about your personal growth. Stop worrying about how this person is better or how this person gets more likes because it's your art journey. It's not always a straight and easy path, and it's not their art journey either. Your journey is going to be different than theirs. Draw what you want, what you like, and what you're comfortable with regardless of likes. And a commenter also brought this up, and I agree. This is why you have to be so careful as a beginner artist posting your art online, since you can be so easily influenced into an attention-seeking view from such an early standpoint. For beginners hoping to improve, it can gear their focus away from actually improving to seeking likes. The commenter who mentioned this themselves stated that they were held back due to this. And while I don't agree that beginners shouldn't post at all like they said, since it's really up to them, I do think it's important to note that if you're a beginner artist posting, you need to have the mindset of whether you get no views or a million, it's not about that. Social media can be a good way to track your progress and share with people who also love art, but it can easily become addicting and unhealthy. You may think your art is not worth continuing since you get no likes, or hold yourself back to keep getting likes on something that works, which is bad, especially for beginners trying to get growth in their art journey. And as you could probably tell if you've been watching this video, this mindset isn't limited to beginner artists and it's actually affecting many different types of artists. Stop focusing on likes, and focus on having fun in your art and maybe even supporting other artists. And if you're aiming to improve, also focus on improving. And viewers, go support small artists, big artists, doodlers, beginners, experienced artists, even professional artists. Regardless of where they are as an artist, let's support them. We should be supporting each other no matter where in art we are. Art isn't a competition. It's a hobby and sometimes a job. We should be coming together and not pushing each other away. But I guess that's where I head out. If you enjoyed this video, here are today's scrumptious brush codes. Like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so I can reach my goal. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Remember to love your art, love others, and love yourselves. Bye!